All right, so today we're going to be breaking down Callum Carver's $1.2 million per month sales funnel. I'm not going to try to sound smart here by using any kind of fancy words or anything like that. I'm just going to go over exactly what Callum does to get traffic, nurture that traffic, and then convert that traffic into paying customers. And if you don't know who Callum Carver is, basically Callum Carver is a person who helps other people get into coaching on a specific high income skill. So basically he's targeting an audience who's very new to business and they don't really know anything about it. That's why he has to be very descriptive. So keep that in mind as we go through this funnel. And speaking of the funnel, let's just get straight into it. Firstly, we'll start off with the TikTok, which is one of the three crutches of any sales funnel, which the other two are Instagram and YouTube, which we'll be getting into in a little bit. So basically Callum has 467.2 thousand followers, 7.9 million likes, and I help people turn their skills into profit. Obviously just introducing himself, what the hell he actually does. So even people who don't really know anything past the third grade reading level can understand exactly what Callum's saying. It's really simple to do this. Just write down what exactly you do, just go over it in like 3 or 4 lines, and then just feed it into ChatGPT, tell it to simplify it to like third grade English, and then it'll spit out short bio that can fit right here. Callum's getting really good views, and he's very big on like short form content platforms, especially on TikTok and also on his Instagram, which has 340,000 followers. So his main account is basically his TikTok. So it's mainly a TikTok funnel. On the TikTok, Callum is using a very edited format. So he's doing a lot of jump cuts. He's doing a lot of like text on the screen. He's doing 3D effects. He has the whole editing shebang, which is also one of the reasons that his TikToks do so well. For the topics that he covers, it's mostly just like motivation, as well as just being content telling you exactly how to find that high income skill of yours, as well as how to monetize that high income skill. For example, this video, and this video. What he's going to do is that Callum is either going to funnel you straight into his YouTube, or he's going to funnel you straight into his Instagram. More likely the Instagram, but I've also added the YouTube option because a lot of people go straight from TikTok to the long form to be nurtured even further, but it is pretty rare since obviously people on TikTok have a stupidly low attention span, so they probably would not be able to watch through like a 20-minute video of his. That's why I'll go ahead and break down the Instagram first, because it's the most likely option for people to go to. As I said before, Instagram has 340,000 followers, which is a pretty good number. Entrepreneur, founder of the Kaizen Co. A little bit of like social proof that he has founded a whole company. I help people turn their skills into profit. Same exact thing as on the TikTok, and then he'll do a little bit of CTA to check out the skill to profit framework. For the story highlights, we'll see results and results 2. Obviously just going to be student results. This will be a mix of screenshots, video testimonials, dashboard screenshots of Stripe dashboards, as well as bank account screenshots, as well as just text testimonials, especially on Trustpilot, as well as just being over Discord. For the third story highlight, it's called That's Life, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's lifestyle content, getting people to know a little bit more about Callum, what kind of lifestyle he's living with the amount of money that he's making from this business model, and showing people that he is actually successful from what he does. The content here is actually very different from his TikTok, which I don't see very often. He's doing the same kind of strategy as TGR trades. What TGR will do is that whenever a TikTok video goes viral, for example, this video right here. So this video went pretty viral on the TikTok, so 16,000 views. So what Callum did was that he transferred that video straight over to the Instagram to get even more views. As you can see, it got even more views here at 50,000 views. And if you want to learn a little bit more about this and how TGR implements it, go ahead and check this video out right here, where I broke down TGR's funnel as well after this one. There's a single pin video, and this reel is basically recapping a challenge that he did where he went from $0 to $10,000 within 37 days of learning a specific high income skill. And you'll see later how he's using this to absolutely crush any objections that people may have about him not knowing what he's doing. In this day and age, we're in a trust recession. I know you've heard that a million times before, but people don't trust you as much at all anymore. That's also why people refresh their Stripe pages whenever they're filming it, whenever they're showing it off, because people won't believe them unless they do. And even then, a lot of people will say, oh no, the website's fake or something like that. So Callum understood that, and that's why he's been able to make this proper piece of social proof that has huge ROI for the little bit of time that he invested into it over these 37 days. I'm not going to bore you with breaking down the Instagram content any further, because it's literally the exact same stuff as on his TikTok, but he's obviously getting more average views on each video because that's just how Instagram rolls. That's why it's pretty good for nurturing, as well as it's being very good for conversions because of the DMs. But we'll get back to that in a little bit after we break down the YouTube. So speaking of the YouTube, where the people will go after the Instagram is not actually usually to Kaizen. Either they're going to go and buy his product, or they're going to click on this secondary link, which you can see, and one more linked in his bio, this specific video right here. So this specific video is I speedran from $0 to $10,000 with one skill, a full documentary. This is coming back to that 37-day challenge that I talked about earlier, but we'll break this down in a second. First of all, let me give you a little bit of context on what he does on his YouTube, and then you'll be able to understand this a little bit better. On the YouTube, he's not following any kind of like crazy framework or anything like that. What he's doing is that every once in a while, he'll post a case study, obviously, to convert the bottom of funnel viewers. So these case studies could be how Liam makes 5K a month with one particular skill, or 15K a month. They're variable amounts of money every single month that he's posting onto his YouTube. And as I said before, these are just trying to push the bottom of the funnel leads over the edge to finally purchase one of his products. The second type of video that he's making is something I like to call an ecosystem video. So an ecosystem video is basically a video that's kind of top of funnel, kind of middle of funnel. But what it's doing is that it's introducing your specific unique business model, and it's giving genuine value along with that. So there's quite a few ecosystem videos that he is posting to get new people into his funnel, introduced to what he does, and give genuine value to the people who are already there. And what he's trying to do with all of this is, as I said before, nurture the audience. And if you don't know what nurturing means, it basically just means making the audience see your face as much as physically possible over as long a period of time as physically possible. And the reason this matters is because of a pretty recent study done by Google. It's called the 7-11-4 rule. So the 7-11-4 rule basically says that a prospect needs to consume 7 hours of your content over 11 different touch points across 4 different locations to finally buy your product. For the 7 hours of content, obviously you want to make long videos that are informative, which Callum has done very well. 45 minutes, 28 minutes, 25 minutes. Raw and authentic videos do the absolute best. 11 different touch points basically entails that you want to make your prospect consume this 7 hours of content over 11 different videos or 11 different places. So that would mean basically separate videos. For example, this one, this one, this one. Each video would be its separate touch point. It could also be fulfilled through the short form content on TikTok as well as Instagram, which is also one of the biggest uses for the short form platforms. And the 4 different locations parameter is fulfilled due to the different social media. So for example, his X, his Twitter, his YouTube, his Instagram, and his TikTok are all different locations that people can consume his content through. So from the YouTube, what he's trying to do is that he's trying to funnel people from one of 2 videos. So that'll be either this video, which as I said before is his speed running from 0 to 10K a month, and then there's a separate video which is how to monetize any skill and make 10K a month, which is a free course. He used to funnel people into this specific video, but now he switched to funneling them into the documentary, which I think personally the reason is he did not see the KPIs that he was wishing for on this kind of video. And that's the same problem that a lot of coaches and consultants go through, going through error, pain, and fatigue, wasting their time, wasting hundreds of hours of their time testing new things that don't work. If that sounds like you, I can probably help you. My name is Kamil, and I help coaches and consultants sleep better at night because they don't have to worry about managing their KPIs. I do this through managing your sales funnel, optimizing it to the T, maximizing your conversion rates, and making you more money from the existing audience you already have. All of this so that you can focus on the thing that actually matters and the things that actually need you in your business, which is building your personal brand through content creation. So go and check the first link down below where you can book in a free funnel analysis call, and let's just get straight back into the video. So we know that this video will probably do better than the other one. But where is he trying to get people to go after this video? What he's trying to do is that he's getting them to go to the Kaizen Co inner circle, which is the high ticket paid community that this funnel is built for. So it's going to go ahead and transfer you straight to this website. This website can be accessed from many social medias. That could be his X, that could be his Instagram, that could be his YouTube, and that could also be his TikTok. All of them allow this website to be accessed. It starts off with a bold promise. He wants you to learn the skill to profit framework. That is his unique mechanism that helps you turn a single high income skill into a scalable $10,000 to $30,000 per month online business. Big promise in a matter of months. He also added in a pain aversion. So people, after they read that, they're thinking, oh, I'm going to have to need like a skill, or I'm going to need experience. And so he's just dispelling that myth in their mind. For the VSL, he's stayed on brand. He's done that intense editing type of content. And the script in this VSL is really, really well optimized, which is one of the biggest things that I noticed. Callum's VSL is really, really effective because it really, really hits on the pain points of the viewer. So in a normal VSL, it would be more like, oh, introduction for the first like 3 minutes. I'm already bored. After that, they'd be like, oh, you have this huge problem. And then they obviously present their solution. A lot of people won't even put in their social proof here. They'll just be like, oh, go ahead and check the first link down below or click the CTA. And what Callum has done is that he's made a really well optimized VSL. So go ahead and take out a pen and paper while I explain. So the way that this works is that he starts off with introducing himself. This should be no longer than a minute or a minute and 30 seconds at the maximum, because people really do not give a crap of who you are. They just want to know, okay, your name and what you do. That's really all you need to explain. If you guys don't already know your market really well, you're not going to be able to do this next part of the VSL, which is exploiting all of their pain points. So explaining the whole problem, what they're suffering through, telling them that you know exactly what they're suffering through and why they shouldn't be suffering through it. Tell them that it's unfair. Tell them why it's unfair. You should be able to resonate with them very easily if you know your market. But at this point, the prospect is already like, okay, so you know my pain points, you know what I'm going through, but how the hell do I solve this? So what you want to do in this situation is that half of your VSL, or like 30 to 40% of your VSL, should just be you going over the dreamland, which is your product. What are they going to feel? What are the feelings, the emotions that they're going to feel? What are they going to be able to do? Like eat out with their friends, eat out with their family, have more free time. What are those situations that they would be in that they aren't in right now because they're suffering in their business? What are the situations that you can put them in through your expertise and your value? After you've properly walked them through all that solution, you still have not earned their trust completely. You still need to push them over the edge to finally click your CTA and go ahead and buy your product. So the way you're actually going to do that is that you're going to give an absolute metric ton of social proof. Just spam case studies, spam screenshots, all of that jazz. You don't need to do too much in the VSL because the rest of your landing page should be able to fulfill that need of social proof, as Callum has done here, and I'll go into a bit more detail on that later after the VSL. This is the most important part in your VSL. Hands down, because all of your previous efforts will go to waste if your CTA is not good. You need a good, hard CTA that really resonates with your audience. And if you've done this successfully, if you've done all the parts, made a good CTA, good social proof, good call to action, understood your market with the pain points, and finally did a good introduction, you are going to get somebody to click on this button and buy your product. So now that you know how to make a good VSL, that's like half of the equation. The rest of the half is the rest of your landing page. First of all, he's added this takes 2 minutes sign, just telling them, oh, it's not going to take very long. You just need to fill out a quick form. And you just want to tell them, oh yeah, there's not going to be any time constraint. You're not going to lose anything. You're not going to lose any of your time. It really helps to remove the time cost from the person's brain. The second thing that Callum has done, which I really love, is that he has Trustpilot. Trustpilot reviews, really important. Do not sleep on them. If you can, just go ahead and offer your audience like a 5% discount if they can leave you a Trustpilot review. It's kind of like Google reviews for physical businesses, but in the virtual world. Trustpilot reviews under every single CTA add that little bit of social proof and basically pushes the person over the edge to finally click your CTA and invest a little bit of their time into it. He's just spamming social proof, a video testimonial, a video testimonial, a video testimonial, every single time, a CTA with the takes 2 minutes sign. And all of these testimonials also are very variable in the amount of money that they're making. For example, one guy's making 30K, one guy's making 15K, one guy's making 5K. Super variable, and it appeals to audiences of literally every type. Daily community wins. The reason that he says, yes, these will keep going is because this is kind of a carousel. So it just keeps going to the left and showing even more and more reviews. I really love it. Again, another CTA, the all-in-one solution, value stacking, 6-figure scaling frameworks, foundation building, 50 hours of recorded content, a ton of value stacking, and then lastly, a quick guarantee. Risk reversal at the end of the page to shoot them in the dome and just destroy any type of resistance that they have to buying Callum's program. So that was Callum Carver's $1.2 million per month sales funnel, broken down into the nitty gritty. We went over literally everything in his funnel. We broke down exactly how his TikTok works to get traffic, how he funnels those people into his Instagram, nurtures those people through his YouTube, and what creative methods that he's using to build social proof with his audience to get them to trust him through his social medias and be pre-sold before they even buy. So I hope you got a ton of value from that video. And as I said before, if you'd be interested in working with me, go ahead and check the first link down below where you can book in a free funnel analysis call where I'm going to give you a full funnel audit going over your entire funnel, exactly where the conversion leaks are, and implement frameworks that I implement for my paid clients into your business for completely free. So go ahead and check the first link down below. And if you don't want to do any of that and you just want to watch another one of my videos, go ahead and check this one out right here because YouTube thinks that you'll like it. Go ahead and check the whole funnel breakdowns playlist out right here, and go ahead and leave a like and subscribe right here. Hoping to see you in this next video. Goodbye.